and Clark Kellogg.
Okay, and you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Now we'll look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. They've got Nikola Jokic. Jackson is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Doncic, and it's Curry in at the point. Young is double. KD against LeBron. Shot from 12. A nice shot by KD.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And typically a lot of shots go unchallenged in this game every year, especially early on, and that one, no exception.
The pass to Curry. He feeds it to Jackson. Over on to Kumbo, and there's Jackson on the assist by Curry.
And this game literally has been wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
And so just over a minute and a half played. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Boy, that's an example of Durant's basketball IQ and awareness, both platinum level.
Outside Curry. Pass to LeBron. Lets it go with a three. Buries it from three-point range.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
Right side, Kevin Durant. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Durant's got 5 now.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Well, let's say the defense being played here tonight might be a bit on the soft side from both teams.
Well, I know you're not surprised, are you? I mean, fast and loose is the way this game should be played.
Defensive fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. That'll put Trae Young on the line. They get Stephen Curry.
2 shots.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the East All-Stars.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And it's the East All-Stars with the ball, following the three-point basket by the West All-Stars. Young passes to Antetokounmpo. The shot that time, not on target. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. Doncic kicks to Jackson. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Capable of running the offense, Doncic fantastic at getting his teammates involved.
Young dishes to Embiid. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
LeBron outside. Pass to Jokic. And Embiid with the block.
Incredibly light-footed at 7 feet tall. Embiid can cover a lot of ground defensively.
KD passes to Giannis.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And, you know, the fan vote voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide over. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Jackson, he's checked in for the West. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Jimmy Butler. And the West All-Stars, looking at who they've got. Jackson is out there with Wiggins. Then it's Curry. Then there's Towns. And it's Levine in at the 2.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight, and that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Here's Booker following the three-point basket by the West All-Stars. Shoots over Curry. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
The quick, clean shot there from Booker. Strong mechanics give him great accuracy.
Outside, Levine passes it to Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end.
Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
A nice shot by Booker.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
And so Curry will bring it up for the West All-Stars. A 12-point game. Wiggins finds Jackson over Tatum. And there's Jackson on the assist by Wiggins. Jackson's got 9 points here in the second half. Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 10. 102 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He deserves a lot of credit, but the D they played on him deserves a little bit of the blame as well. Even when he got hot, they didn't do enough, I don't think, to try and cool him off. And they've been passive when they needed to be aggressive. And boy, did he make them pay.
And the tradition and honor of just being invited to play here, let alone receiving honors of All-Star Game MVP. Just tremendous. In fact, one could argue he had a couple great candidates here, but he deserved it. Here is Harden. The West All-Stars getting their last shot to go. KD's shot is good.
Easy feasting for KD. I mean, he's been killing them tonight. They just don't have an answer for him.
Doncic passes to Jackson. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Again, the West All-Stars.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area, really keeps the defense honest.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I mean, with his combination of size and touch, he's a real threat from mid-range.
Now, here is Young, and it's Antetokounmpo penetrated, and he can't jam it through.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
Again, the West All-Stars.
And how about the streak he's on right now?
Piling up buckets by the bundles. He seems to be unstoppable right now.
So the East All-Stars win it.
And guys, while the result